On the night of the 26th of October 2014, South Africa lost a hero. Senzo Meyiwa, a father, a teammate, a national icon, walked into a small home in Vosloorus and never walked out alive. 6 people were inside that house. But 9 years later, 6 people cannot give one matching story. Who opened the door? Who fought the intruders? How many gunmen were there? Where was each person standing? How did the gun go off? Tonight, we place every testimony side by side. We strip away confusion, memory lapses, and emotional storytelling. We look for patterns, we highlight contradictions, and we confront one haunting question: who is really lying? In the house that night were Kelly Kumalo, her sister Zandi, their mother Gladness, Senzo's close friend Tumalo, Longwetwala, and Senzo himself. 6 adults, 6 witnesses, 6 different stories. These 6 people hold the truth, but their versions don't lock together. They collide. The first contradiction begins with the simplest question: who opened the door? According to Longwe, he opened the door. He says the moment he pulled it, intruders were already there. One pointed a gun, one demanded cell phones. But Zandi tells a different story. She says she didn't see who opened the door. She says she heard movement, and suddenly chaos. Kelly's version shifts even further. She says the door was already slightly open, not fully closed, not locked, just open. If the door was already open, Longwe couldn't have opened it. If Longwe opened it, it wasn't slightly open. This simple detail cracks the story before the scene even starts. And once the first detail breaks, the rest collapses with it. The next contradiction is about positioning. In a small living room, barely big enough for a couch and a table, everyone somehow remembers themselves in a different place. Kelly says she was near the couch. Tumalo says he sat next to Senzo. Zandi says she was in the middle of the room. Longwe places himself closer to the door. Unless he ran, as he claims. Gladness moves between versions. 6 people in a small room, yet 6 different maps of the same moment. If you can't agree where you stood, how can you agree on what you saw? Longwe's version versus everyone else. Longwe's testimony is one of the most controversial. He claims he ran out immediately. No hesitation, no watching, no struggle. He says he saw the gun and bolted, but other witnesses directly contradict this. Some say he didn't run immediately. Some say he was still inside during the alleged fight. Some say he panicked only after the gunshot. If Longwe was gone instantly, how did anyone see him during the chaos? If he wasn't gone instantly, why lie about it? Fear? Panic? Guilt? Or something deeper? The court, the public, and analysts around the country have all asked the same question. Why is Longwe's story so clean when everyone else's is so messy? The number of intruders is one of the biggest contradictions. Some witnesses swear that 2 men entered the house. One with a gun, one demanding phones, but others say only 1 man came inside. And the second stayed outside. This detail is not small. It changes everything. 2 intruders fits the robbery narrative. 1 intruder supports the theory of a planned hit. If 6 people cannot agree how many strangers entered that room, what does that say about the story? Another major contradiction. Was there even a fight? According to Zandi, the gunman went straight for her. She says she wrestled with him. She says Senzo jumped in to protect her. But Kelly says she didn't see a fight. Tumelo mentions movement, but not a full struggle. Longwe denies any struggle altogether. How can one person describe a violent wrestling match, while others insist it never happened? If there was a fight, it must have been loud, intense, and unavoidable, yet half the room somehow didn't witness it. In a murder case, that kind of contradiction is not a mistake. It is a warning sign. The gunshot. 6 versions of one moment, and now. The moment everything changed. The gunshot, 1 bullet, 1 shot, 1 death. Yet the versions do not match. Some say Senzo was standing. Others say he was seated. Some say he pushed someone. Others say the gun went off instantly. Some say it was an accident during a struggle. Others say the intruder panicked. 6 people, 1 gunshot, 6 realities. Every second around that gunshot is crucial. It determines motive. It determines truth. It determines whether this was a robbery or something far more orchestrated. In court, these contradictions became impossible to ignore. The defense exposed gaps in timelines. The prosecution struggled with shifting memories. Witnesses contradicted themselves under cross-examination. And throughout it all, one chilling fact remained. Not a single person in the house could confidently identify the intruders. Not by face, not by height, not by build. Nothing. A murder in a small room, with 6 witnesses, and not one clear identification. Who is really lying? Today's breakdown does not accuse anyone. It does not protect anyone. It simply compares facts. and exposes contradictions. What we see is clear. The people inside that house cannot agree on the same story. They cannot recreate the same scene. They cannot align their memories. And when stories don't align, someone is not telling the truth. 6 people walked out alive. 1 man died. Until their stories match, South Africa will keep asking, who is really lying? Thank you so much for watching today's video. I truly appreciate every one of you for supporting the channel, commenting, liking, your custom courtroom emojis are now active, so feel free to drop them in the comments and live chats. They help keep the conversation fun and show exactly where you stand during these explosive courtroom moments. If you're not a member yet and you'd like access to those exclusive emojis, badges, and behind-the-scenes updates, just click join right below this video. It's a great way to support the channel and become part of the Skybriedge community. Thank you all once again. Stay safe, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.